What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. How was everybody's week? Mine was pretty busy as hell, pretty much. But look at this thing I found at work. What is it? A chupacabra, a kangaroo. It looked mangy as hell. It looked like it had like rabies or something. But here's some just random footage I took at the flea market of all the PS3, 360, all the all the newer stuff that's not all that retro. But anyway, this week I got a Super Nintendo. I got a couple of original Xbox games, which is pretty new to me. Got a couple of friends that are really into that kind of thing. And I got a physical copy of Trouble Witch's Origin, which is a game that I've only seen one copy of posted online, and I snagged it. Not I want to say the moment that I saw it, but I thought about it for a minute, then I snagged it. Here it is right here. Now, this is a game I ordered before the pandemic took place, maybe a week before. It's a Japanese game. Sometimes, if I'm not ordering from Amazon, they take a while to get to me. This one took a few months, so finally I got it. Really excited. This was one that, like, if they tried to give me a refund, I'd be like, no, I want the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I've gotten refunds on games over the past couple of months just because they were snagged by wherever they got lost in the sands of time. I don't know, but I'm glad I didn't get a refund on this one. I got the game, which I'm excited about. Some of you might know the original Trouble Witches game that came out on the 360. You could have downloaded it on Xbox Live Arcade. Sadly, it was taken down, unfortunately, that sucks. I don't even have it on my 360. But I do have the original on my PC. So I guess that's the same thing, right? Since it's a Microsoft console, I can use a 360 controller with it. So, it's not all that bad. But anyway, here we got a physical copy of Trouble Witch's Origin. I can confirm all the DLC is on the disc, including the $15 Cotton DLC. That's crazy. The Cotton DLC is the most expensive DLC if you go on Steam, which is how I recommend you probably play this game. But all the DLC is on the disc, so I guess if you seek it out and you find this, you'll be happy to know that all the DLC, including the Cotton DLC, is on the disc. And I didn't know that was the case. I didn't know. I didn't even ask. I just rolled the dice because I saw Cotton, a picture of Cotton on the back cover of the game, and I'm thinking, why would they even have that unless it was on the disc? And it just so happens that that's how it went down, and thank God for that, right? But yeah, all the DLC is here. And I don't know, I guess it kind of evens out if you pay for everything online. I think the game's like 20, 30, something like that. My dog is barking at the guys cutting the grass, so I do apologize. But we got a manual, we got a full color manual, and that's always a little plus in this day and age in 2020, right? Especially if you play a lot of first party titles, you probably never see manuals. You may see like a warranty card or like a DLC code, but other than that, a lot of this stuff is, third-party developers and, smaller companies are the ones that I guess are more passionate about gaming because you get manuals. And unfortunately for me, this one's in Japanese, but I mean, just look at the pictures. Look, there's Cotton right there, awesome. And she's on the disc, so really excited about that. But yeah, I was just really excited to actually have a physical copy of this and for it finally to get to me, because of all the shit that I ordered over the past couple of months, this is one of the ones that I was the most excited about. But yeah, anyway, Trouble Witch's Origin on the PC. Okay, so I got all this weekend. This was a trip to Flea Market, so Gamers Paradise in Joppa, Maryland. And Regen, which is right up the street. I actually got this at Regen. It was like $20 or $22, so this was kind of pricey. But, I want to spend some money and help the stores, but got all this other stuff at the flea market. So this Xbox game, and Canadian Gamer knows a lot more about this than I do, but this he said this was a pack-in on Xbox, so it's 2 games and 2 discs, or 2 games on 1 disc. But Jet Set Radio Future and Sega GT 2002, but I don't know, I kind of want to play this game, and I don't have an original Xbox, so hopefully this thing works on a 360 or maybe an Xbox One. My stepson's got an Xbox One, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, next up, Super Game Boy. The fact that you can play Game Boy games on the big screen seems kind of cool. Saw this at the flea market and never had one of these before, but anyway, Super Famicom controller and then a Super Nintendo. So I don't know if this thing works or not, but I think I spent like $80 on all this shit. So now I got here two controllers, so they both should work. I'm pretty sure these Famicom controllers work on here. It'd be interesting to see if this is one of those Super Nintendo one chips that have the awesome composite output. Probably not. It's a serial number. I know you can't tell by the serial number, but whatever. It's a pretty clean looking Super Nintendo. And maybe I'll do a region mod on this thing. There's these pieces of plastic. Okay, yep, they're here and here that stop you from playing Famicom cartridges. So yeah, let's do that. Let's try to pop this thing open, see if it's a one chip, which would be awesome if it was, and do a region mod on the Super Nintendo. So before I even get started, I'm just going to say, based on the serial number, like I just said, this is not a one chip. I'm not even going to, I mean, maybe it is. Maybe there's like a 0.0001% chance, but I'm not even going to go ahead and open up the case. You know, I'll surprise myself if I see a stunning, vivid picture. Anyway, those two tabs are here and here, and those are the things we have to pull out, because if you look on a Super Nintendo cartridge, it has these two little grooves, you know, carved out on the bottom, you know, right and left-hand side of the cartridge. That's what Nintendo is using as the region lockout. So it's a case-based region locking. If we pull those pieces of plastic out, that Famicom game right there should work. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this other piece of plastic off and remove the two tabs. And there they're gone. I filed them down a little bit. I just used some pliers and then a little bit of sandpaper and kind of scrubbed them down. Now let me go ahead and just kind of put this thing back together. There we go. Okay, so this thing should work. I cleaned it out. This thing was freaking filthy. It was like wet, like there was like oil sprayed in there. There was a hair. Oh my God. You know, people always talk about how grimy these things are, and like for as clean as this thing looks, this thing was like super grimy. So I'm really glad I opened it up and cleaned it out. And it works. It works. And I got a Famicom game, or Super Famicom game running. I got my Cross Scramble Valkyrie, and I'm actually playing it on original hardware now. There we go. I can mitigate all the input lag in the world by playing this thing on original hardware, right? Works great. Nintendo games work, obviously, but, you know, the main thing is, you know, the shooters, the Super Famicom shooters, right? And the Super Game Boy works. Now, this thing did not work at first. I just had to open it up and clean the board real quick. After I did that, boom, got Contra up and running on the Super Game Boy. Anyway, I want to know what you guys got this week. Hit me up in the comments section. Till next time, peace out.